A very good evening to one and all. Good evening, children. So, welcome to the e-learning class. Today, we are going to discuss Intermediate Secondary Economics. Intermediate Secondary Economics, 6th chapter, Industrial Sector. And today's our topic is, it is about industrial backwardness. Our topic is industrial backwardness. Okay. So, now, what is industrial backwardness? The question comes, what is industrial backwardness? And its relation with the economic development. Children, as you all know that industrial development, it is an indicator of economic development. As you all know that there are three sectors are there in the economics: primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. About primary sector, we discussed about the importance of primary sector. We discussed in our previous chapter, that is in agriculture sector. Now, children, about the industrial sector. It is said that, well said that, without industrial sector, there is no possibility for the development of the economy. So, we can say that industrial development is the indicator of economic development. So, if we can also say like this, industrial backwardness results in the economic backwardness. Industrial backwardness also results for the industrial backwardness. Then, in the year 1968, one committee was set up by the name Pandey Committee. Remember this name? Pandey Committee was set up, children, 1968. This committee was set up to identify industrially backward areas in our country. Why this committee was set up, children? To identify industrially backward areas in the country. Which committee? Pandey Committee. Which year? 1968. Then this committee started its work and then recommended and gives we can say that following areas were given by this Pandey Committee. What was that? Pandey Committee mentioned that to know about whether industries are backward, compulsory we should know about the per capita income. Per capita income. So that is number one. Per capita income from mining and industrial sources. What is the per capita income that we are getting from mining sources and other industrial sources? Next one. How many workers are registered in industries? Industrial development shows that number of workers should be there. Now we are discussing backwardness. Backwardness means what we are going to learn, what we have to find it out. If more number of workers are engaged in the industrial sector, that means more employment opportunities. It is a boon or bane, we can say that. More workers are working, more production we can expect, as we discussed in our first year economics also. In a long run and in a short run, the change in the labor, the increase in the size of labor, helpful for the increase in the productivity. So here we have to know, children, number of workers, those who are registered in the industry. Then followed by per capita consumption of electricity. That means in industry, what is the consumption of electricity? In industry, what is the consumption? How much the industry is using the particular electricity. By the help of that, we come to know that if more usage of electricity is there, we can find that yes, that is highly technologized, using completely depending on the power. So it is having good production. Next, length of surface roads. So to that industry, what is the length of surface roads? Means good roads according to the depends upon the population. That is relation to the population and the length of surface roads in relation to the area. So these are the 6 ways that Pandey Committee mentioned that to identify industrially backward areas in the country. What is important one? Per capita income. Then per capita income of mining. Then number of workers are registered in the industry. Followed by per capita consumption of electricity. length of the surface roads according to population and the length of the roads in relation to the area. Okay, so now the very important question, children, this is a very important topic for 10 marks. Now we are going to discuss about the causes of industrial backwardness. Okay, so our next topic is the causes of industrial backwardness. So children, these are the causes of industrial backwardness in India. These are the causes that are reason for the industrial backwardness in India. Very common causes. In the British rule policy, lack of mineral resources, lack of capital, lack of credit facility, lack of foreign exchange, lack of technical experts, lack of transport facility, lack of industrial research, energy crisis, increase in taxes, limited market, attitude of the labor, and defective planning. So let us discuss one by one all now. The first one is about British rule policy. Children, this is very important 10 marks question for you. Listen it carefully. British rule policy. As we all know that Britishers, they ruled our country for nearly about 200 years. And in this 200 years, they completely exploited, children, our resources. They completely exploited our resources. So, what happened? Britishers, they utilized all our natural resources for their economic development. They did not establish any proper industries in India. That affected the industrial development very badly. That caused huge loss to the country. Is it clear? Britishers, what they did? They utilized Indian natural resources for their economic development, did not concentrate on any industries in India, and that caused, children, huge loss to the Indian economy. That is the first one, British rule policy, responsible for industrial backwardness. Now, what is the second one? The second one is lack of mineral resources. Lack of mineral resources. Children, as you all know that India lack mineral resources like oil and coal. Oil and coal that are very important for industrial development. So, due to the lack of oil and coal, industrial development is very slow in the country. Hope it is clear. India lack the mineral deficits of oil and coal. Because of that, industrial development of India is very slow. Next one. Next one is lack of capital. Lack of capital, as you all know that capital depends on savings and savings depends on income. Okay, so in India, we find there is very less saving or no saving due to the what we call less income. So because of less saving, we find there is a lack of capital in our country. So rate of investment is also very slow. Next one, lack of credit facilities. Lack of credit facilities, as you all know that according to the needs of the industry, we find that many times there will be a shortage of finance to the industries. And because of the shortage of finance, industries remain backward. Industry remain backward without any modernization. That is lack of credit facility. After this one, children, we are having lack of foreign exchange. Lack of foreign exchange is a very important factor for import of modern technology for industrial sector. If we maintain a very good foreign exchange with other countries of the world, so what happens, children? We'll get easily all the latest technology latest what you call in new developed equipments for our industrial resources. But this is missing in our country. Because of that, this is a cause of industrial development. Now next one, children, after this one, we are having lack of technical experts. Lack of technical experts. So we find that there is a lack of skilled people, skilled experts in the industrial level. Whatever people we are doing, industrial, big industries, what they are doing, they are hiring, they are getting good experts from other countries of the world to our country. Coming to India also, what we find that good skilled people, experts, they are not ready to work in our country because of the less income. In our India also, we find that experts are working with high salaries in other countries and developing the other countries. Okay, that is helpful for the development of other countries. Whereas in our country, we find there is a shortage of skilled people, experts to develop the industry. So because of that, it results for the industrial backwardness. Next one is lack of transport facility. Lack of transport facilities, children, you find that the available facility of our of the transport in our country, it is inadequate. Roads are not good. Roads are not proper. Roads are having number of problems. There are number of problems are associated with transport. Because of that, industries are facing the problem. Like the supply of what you call heavy raw material to the industries. We use almost all the big industries, they take the help of railways. But railways are not what you call facilities of railways are not there in each and every part of the country, just only to carry the raw material and from there to carry the finished products to the market. So transport facility is a very big problem, children. Improper transport facility is a very big problem, children, in our country related to the industry, turned as a reason for industrial backwardness. Next one, lack of industrial research. Lack of industrial research, children. Here we find that due to the lack of research and development facilities, due to the lack of research and development facilities, inventions in industries are not possible. New methods are not being taken up. New research to solve the problem, to improve the techniques are not taken up. Because of that, our industries, still most of the industries are using obsolete, means old techniques. Because of that, it remain backward. Next one, energy crisis. You know, children, industry works with power, electricity. And in our country, this is a major problem that we find, the power shortage, that is we call as energy shortage to the industries, make industries to stop the work for a long time. So this is also a problem for the industrial backwardness. Next one, increase in taxes. We find that higher taxes are imposed on industrial production. Higher taxes are imposed on industrial production. Due to the heavy burden of taxes, most of the people, they are back from this industrial sector. Sometimes they continue with the old method or they shut down their industry. Results for industrial backwardness. Limited market. Limited market, yes. We Indians, our products are very limited to our domestic level only. Most of the producers, whatever they produce, children, it is not of good quality that we can export it to the other countries of the world. It lacks quality. Most of the products lacks quality, that makes our market very limited. Lack of demand, that creates backwardness, loss to the industrialist. Attitude of the labor. Yes, attitude of the labor is also one of the main reasons for the industrial backwardness. We find that the quality of the labor, it is helpful for the industrial production. If labor is of good quality, hardworking, dedicated, loyal, honest, we can find it is helpful for the industrial development. But in our country, we find in our industries, this attitude, hard working attitude, is missing among the laborers. That turned as one of the reasons for industrial backwardness. Last one is defective planning. So in the defective planning, children, we find that lack of effective planning in industrial sector, there is we can find there is no coordination. There is no coordination in industry. We find that it's a lack of coordination from the different wings of the industries. In industry, there are different wings will be there, children. Manufacturing, packing, this one, that one. So we can find most of the time there is a lack of coordination. Because of the lack of coordination among the different people, those who are working in the industry, lack of proper planning by the organizer made the industry very back. Make the industry very back in all the cases. So children, these are a very important causes for the backwardness of industries. I hope it is clear. This is an important 10 marks question. Now for us, the next one is we have to give the suggestions for all this backwardness. Next topic is the suggestions for industrial development. Now children, these are the suggestions for industrial development. Up to now we discussed, children, all the problems or reasons for the backwardness of industrial sector. Now we are going to discuss suggestions. Children, most of the suggestions are taken from those problems only. What are the problems we discuss? Just from those problems only solutions are taken out. So the first one, children, what are the solutions are there? Suggestions are there. Suppression of industrial disputes, number 1. Development of research and technology. Increase in power resources. Then proper use of natural resources. Establishment of specialized institutions. Efficient system of industrial management. Then followed by encourage capital formation, encourage private sector, earning in foreign exchange, and the rational taxation policy. So let us start one by one with all these solutions. The first one, children, is suppression of industrial disputes. Mostly we can find, children, dispute occurs mostly between the owner and the workers, those who are working. It is mentioned that to run the industry successfully, compulsory a labor should satisfied with his job, with his work, with his income. A satisfied labor is proved boon or helpful for the development of the industry. For this purpose, in the year Industrial Dispute Act 1947, Industrial Dispute Act 1947, it was found that the efforts were made to establish industrial peace, So according to this one, children, what is included? Labor's participation in management. Labor's participation in management is helpful for the development of industrial sector. That comes under the suppression of industrial disputes. Is it clear? Then, what is the next one, children? The next one is about development of research and technology. Already I told you that our industries are facing continuously the problem of having old and obsolete technology because there is no proper inventions are taken place to develop the industries in the technology. So now the government has taken up this under this program that research and technological development was started. Scientific and technical support was given, through which the many development we can expect it. So development of research and technology is helpful to improve the production of industries. Next one is increase in power resources. Already you know that increase in power resources. So government is now paying attention to provide 24 hours power supply to the industries for the development of industrial sector. Next one, proper usage of natural resources. Proper usage of natural resources. Now, industrial development. For the industrial development, it is very important that whatever the natural resources are there in the country, it should be proper and judicious use. It should not be waste. The industrial resources, all the natural resources to be used properly without wastage. Okay. Next one, establishment of specialized institutions. Establishment of specialized institutions. So much importance were given to the specialized organizations. Specialized organization. In industry children, industry only won't work children with number of workers and others. There should be specialized zones. A specialized institution should be there in an industry. Specialization in which kind of good ingredients or which kind of good products they have to prepare it. Specialization in the skilled workers. Specialization in good technology. Specialization in proper usage of natural resources. So specialization means the industry should have a specialized wings for the development purpose. So that should be there. Then, efficient system of industrial management. What does it mean? That educated and skilled managers should be there. Efficient, educated managers, experts to work in the industrial sector, and especially those who can find it out the problems, solutions of the problems during certain critical conditions. Sometimes industry face certain big problems related to the market, related to the finance, related to the supply. That time these experts suggestions are very important. So compulsory industrial sector should have efficient skilled experts for the development. Next one, encouragement of capital formation. Capital formation completely depends on savings. So more savings will be encouraged. With more saving, more investment will be their children. That will help for the capital formation. Next one, encourage private sector. What is this encourage private sector? Government should provide more and more facilities to the private sector so that entrepreneurs may invest. Government should provide more and more investment, more interest to the private sector. So the private sector entrepreneurs, they must invest in the work. Next one, earning in foreign exchange. What is this earning in foreign exchange? India lack funds. Foreign investors should be attracted. So government try to do all the things that foreigners to get attract towards the India. They should invest in India. By the help of that, we are able to get good foreign technology. Unemployment would be reduced, and we can earn good foreign exchange with the new establishment of the new industries by the help of foreign exchange. Last one is rational taxation policy. Rational taxation policy. Proper taxation policy, it is a very important one. For the industrial purposes, just now in the problems we discussed, because of the high taxes, most of the people, they are afraid of the exports and imports, and they shut down their industries. So here it is mentioned that liberal taxation policies should be followed by the government. They should encourage the more investors, more industrialists to come up with the new ideas, with new research, with new innovations. Okay, that will be helpful for the development of industry. Is it clear? So with this, we completed this topic, the causes for the backwardness of industrial development, and then suggestions to improve the industries. So I hope the topic is clear to all of you. Still, the work is left. You have to go through the textbook. Compulsory, you have to refer the textbook for better understanding, for the better explanation. Because in examination, 10 marks question, each and every subtopic you are supposed to explain, then only you will get 10 marks. Okay, so go through the textbook, follow the material, children. Okay, so by that time, it's time to take leave, children. Thank you one and all. I'll come with the next topic, children, very soon. Okay, thank you children.